Assembly at Karolinska Institute has today decided to award the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine 2012 jointly to John B. Gurdon and Shinya Yamanaka for the discovery that mature cells can be reprogrammed to become pluripotent.
This year's Nobel Prize awards the discovery that has changed the way we understand how cells in the body become specialized. And it has provided entirely new tools for effective development of drugs and new therapies. As we all know, this process always moves in the same direction, from immature cells in the embryo to specialized cells in the adult. Now, John Gurdon changed this view by a groundbreaking experiment in frog cells. He thought that if genes, contrary to the common view, were intact in mature cells, its nucleus should be able to develop when moved into the cellular context of an egg. So he destroyed the nucleus of an egg and used a fine pipette to transfer and replace it with the nucleus from a mature intestinal cell from a tadpole. Shinya Yamanaka, over 40 years later, made the discovery that also whole intact mature cells can be reprogrammed, and that this could be achieved by a surprisingly simple procedure. Now, Yamanaka, he studied genes that are important for the function of pluripotent stem cells. Pluripotent stem cells are found in the early embryo and can develop into all different types of mature cells in the body. And he thought that some stem cell genes may induce pluripotency if they would be transferred into mature cells in a mouse. Further experiments demonstrated that only 4 genes were needed for this induction of pluripotency. He named these cells induced pluripotent stem cells, or iPS cells. The iPS cell technique is a truly groundbreaking discovery that has opened up a whole new research area in cell biology and medicine. For example, iPS cells can now be generated from patients with disease. And from these iPS cells, mature cells can be cultured so that we now have a procedure that gives access to new cell models for disorders that previously have been very difficult to study. This is a final picture that summarizes the fundamental discovery made by this year's laureates and illustrates how John Gurdon and Shinya Yamanaka reinstated pluripotency by either nuclear transfer in 1962 or by gene transfer in 2006. Thanks to these two scientists, we now know that development is not strictly a one-way street.